Welcome to PNRShow Season 2, Episode 22, Andygator.
I'd rather have lucker than lie, and take a strong stout over stride. I prefer to confer with a half pint of ale, than live a long life till my private parts fail. For life without liquor is to no avail, so bring me lucker for mine. I'd rather have lucker than lie.
And then the big reveal, it's Luke Skywalker! No, his brother and sister! Oh, what happened? For those of you listening on audio, I just did a little playlet. It was a little skit. For the camera, it was lovely.
I don't want to ever hear you say the word playlet again.
Playlet! From the deep, dark, rarely used corners of the interwebs, where we talk about the fact that everyone seems to really gloss over that they really set up Luke and Leia to be a couple, and then Lucas all of a sudden said, hey, you know what? Let's make them brother and sister. Now, he claims that this was in his idea wheelhouse all along, but really? I don't think so. It's just awkward. It's the Plan No Return Show. Hi.
Speaking of awkward.
Podcasts, beer, and weirdly incestual relationships among Star Wars characters. Not the members of the show. That would be wrong. Yeah, how do you spin your way out of that one? Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Rob.
Listen, it takes me a full week to kind of foment and put these ideas together, and I've only had about 4 days. So
We're running at about 4/7 capacity here.
yeah, I know. So we're doing a special Monday night show because the boys have some other commitments that take precedence over podcasting. And we're going to continue with our Deep South beers this week. But before that, we want to thank the Poxy Boggards and Stu Venable for the use of their song. You can find them at iTunes or poxyboggards.com, POXYBOGGARDS. We're normally live on Alpha Geek Radio on Channel 3, but not so much this evening, right, Keith?
Well, we may be there any minute.
Oh, okay.
We never know.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I'll let you know when we successfully hijack their broadband.
Yeah, if you can find some breaking news on your soundboard, that would be great. Some breaking news music. No, when it happens.
Oh.
You know, as the news says, when news breaks out, we break in. So, our website's PNRShow.com. Email address PNRShow@gmail.com. Contact us via the Twitters. Gary, there he is, at Always Breaking. Jeremy, at Jeremy Brooks. Keith, at WolfmanK. And me, RebRob, at REBROB. Uh-oh. Breaking news.
That was
Fake break.
Oh, come on. This is the podcast that cried wolf. We also have a Google Plus chat room that we have open just for fans of the PNR show. You can interact with us, the hosts, on a daily, minute-by-minute basis. All you have to do is ask us for an invite, and we'll get you in. That's as easy as it gets. Keith, is there any feedback this week?
I don't know. I'm trying to get us on Alpha Geek.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably not, because we've only had 3 days.
Right. We're going to get right to the beer tonight because we got lots of topics on the docket tonight, and this beer,
I like that.
There you go. I knew you would. This beer is not to be missed. We've got another one from our folks at Abita. That's right. It's Andygator, which is a Maibach. Ooh, there's the pretty bottle. And this one is 8% ABV, so Gary is going to be a happy little boy.
Nice.
Yeah. So what we've got is
Always a happy little boy.
We've got a high gravity brew made from pale malt, which should make you happy also. German lager yeast, which should make me happy. And German pearl hops. It's got a dry finish, sweet flavor, and subtle fruit aroma.
It was one of my favorite bands of the early 90s.
Subtle fruit aroma.
No, Pearl Hops.
Pearl hop. Okay. It's a Helles Doppelbock. That's right. And what are we expecting out of a Maibach? I'm sure we've done a Maibach before.
I don't know.
Well, it's a lager, so there will be a certain amount of lagerness to it.
You have low expectations, is what you're saying?
That was deep. Doppelbock should be a double Bach, if I'm reading my German correctly.
That's right.
So you should be into, like we talked about, high gravity, high alcohol by volume, but still that kind of golden Bach, temperature controlled, late season ale, spring ale.
Okay.
And
like
German hops, so not a whole lot of citrus and pine in this one.
I pulled up on
Smells
Beer
malty.
Advocate, Maibach, and they give some great examples. Right at the top of the list is Andygator. Actually, it's second on the list. But also up there is a beer we've done in another life on the Happy Time Magic Hour, and that's Dead Guy Ale from Rogue Ales. That is a Maibach.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
And Dundee has a Pale Bock Lager, which I think we've also done. How about that? As well as the Mardi Gras Bock from Abita Brewing Company, which we've done on the show.
So they're just
there you
naming
go.
Bachs at this point.
Well, no, they said it's a
Yeah.
Maibach.
Yeah, well, if you have it, then it's your Bach.
Spaten, which we've done on the show. Spaten has a Maibach, which we've done.
If someone else has it, it's not your Bach. What are you gonna do?
That's very funny, Keith. That's
My
really
Bach is
good.
getting warm.
All right,
I know.
so let's crack this open, get it poured, and get it drunk. Oh yeah.
Big malty nose. A little
Yes.
bready, definitely sweet.
Very
Yeah,
bready.
lots of breadiness.
That Bach,
Breadiness, is that the word?
Wait,
I'd
okay.
expect that in a Bach. Like a Shiner Bach has that kind of bready aroma to it. Maybe hints of like a roasted toffee taste, perhaps. Let's see. I got a lot of head on mine. How's yours doing?
Good.
All ready? Here we go. Oh, we're not even waiting. Good, guys.
Sorry.
Guys.
Okay.
Blah blah
let's
blah.
do this.
Dead air. Drinking.
Wow. Prost.
Okay.
Now, this is where the dead air comes when we
Cheers.
drink, you dummy.
Well, if there was dead air, I assumed I was supposed to be drinking.
Oh.
It's surprisingly sweet.
A lot sweeter than I expected.
Yeah.
Lots that it smells like fresh baked bread. It's got a really nice aroma. No,
But
I'm not
again,
getting any hop aroma.
It does kind of have that little bit of roastedness to it.
It's got a kind of a rich middle, but I wouldn't say roasted.
Yeah, I don't get any roasted. Mine is all like, it's yeasty and it's like got a thicker flavor than I was expecting.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
like
that's
a
'cause
rich,
it's a-
sweet, kind of caramely.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Like a caramel. Yeah. Not that dissimilar from a Shiner Buck, to me anyway.
It's a lot
More
sweeter
body.
than a.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than you can taste it. The higher gravity in it right away.
All right, boys. Let's hear what you got. What do you think of Andygator?
A little sweet. It has a nice mouthfeel though. Good body. Pretty quick finish on it. And I'm not getting any hop out of it at all. I know they use German hops, so it's not the.
Yeah, that's very mild.
I'd be afraid of what it would taste like without some hops.
Mhm.
It would get cloying, I think, pretty fast.
Yeah, it's way too sweet for me. I wish it was a little drier. Not really. It doesn't seem very balanced to me, to my palate. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the this particular bottle. But I wish it had a little more bitterness to balance out that sweetness. I'm gonna give it a 6. 6 out of 10.
Anybody else think that if you thicken this up a little bit, it'd be great on pancakes?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, the caramel richness to it. I mean, if this just reduce this a little bit, and this would make an amazing pancake syrup.
It's definitely got that sweetness and thickness to it. To me, the box styles are supposed to be a little bit lighter in body, but I get this is a double, and it is pretty thick. I'm a little surprised by it. Very yeasty flavors to me. It's got a nice color. It looks like kind of what you would expect. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go along the lines of what Jeremy did, but I'll give it a 7. It's good, but it's like I said, it's kind of lacking that balance that you would expect.
Okay.
I feel like it might be better in the winter or early spring when there's still snow around. It has that kind of body to it, as a thicker winter beer kind of body. Almost winter warmer-ish with that 8% floating in the background there. But just too sweet for me right now. I'm gonna say 5.
Whoa. Oh. Okay. I think I liked it a little bit more than the other guys did. I will say, if it has one or maybe two downsides to me, is it's a little too sweet, just a tad for something that's described as having a very dry finish. I don't really see it.
This is not a dry finish at all.
No. So, and the other thing is, I would have thought with an 8% ABV that it would have much more of a wump to it, and it's not really hit me like I would think an 8% would.
It's a little boozy on the back of the tongue, but not bad.
Not bad.
You've had worse.
Yeah.
Or
better.
But
it's which way you're going with that.
But all in all, I think it's okay. I'll stick with the 7. I'll go with Gary on that and go with 7. It's pretty good. Not as good as the other Abitas we've had, so it definitely is a slight downtick from some of the really good brews we've had from them.
So as a diehard fan of Shinerbach, Rob, how would you compare these two beers?
Oh, there's no question. Shinerbach is far superior.
Yeah, I would. Shinerbach is going to be a lot more refreshing and just go down a lot easier than this did.
Way more refreshing, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's much drier. It's way drier.
Yeah.
Speaking of other Abitas, I'm curious to get Gary throw this beer away and pour the wrought iron out, because I want to see you get your take on that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the reviews from last week and I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah.
While he does that, the
One of my favorite beers.
So our score.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gary.
Our aggregate score on the Andygator was 6.25, which is kind of in line with like what Untapped. I haven't looked it up on Beer Advocate, but
I
Untapped.
have it on Beer Advocate. It's they gave it an 80.
Wow.
The bros did not rate it, but the masses gave it an 80.
I think that this might be better a little colder. Like we've been sitting for a while doing show prep, so I think if it was a little colder.
Yeah, mine wasn't terribly cold either.
Yeah, the very first review on it it's interesting what he says, because I really see what he's saying. That it's thick and creamy and layered like oatmeal and cereal and granola all in the same bowl, and that interesting, because I definitely taste that kind of caramel syrupy.
But there's no grainy flavor to it.
No. I think he means in the taste profile, not necessarily the texture.
Ooh, I just poured that IPA.
I am so jealous of you right now. I want that.
In fact,
I've had
some. I just came back from Oregon, so I've had some pretty stellar IPAs, and probably more than I need to of them over the last week. So
I will tell you this. This is the first beer Rob's ever sent me that has kept me awake at night, wishing I had more. This beer is a curse.
well, after having the Andygator, it might taste really, really good to me.
Yeah, don't build it up too much in his mind.
Well, I mean, Rob, you gave it a 9.
I did.
Jeremy gave it a 10. The last, Jeremy's given a few 10s for some pretty good beers. So.
Yeah, I think I said last week that for one of those is probably one of the highest ratings I've ever given.
Yeah, because we agreed last time I was on the show that you were the Soviet bloc judge there with the low ratings.
I think I'm consistent is what I think I will say.
You are consistent.
That sounds good.
If there's an IPA that deserves it, I will give it, and the Wrought Iron definitely deserved it.
It's got a nice citrus.
Funny that ever since we said that, Rob hasn't given anything lower than a 7.
I'll give it.
It's only been 2 weeks.
I think he was really deeply offended by calling him the Russian judge.
I don't know, if you're calling me a communist, then I will say yes. So what do you think, Gary?
It's very fruity. I'm like getting like lime and citrusy going on there.
I don't know about the lime, but we definitely said citrusy.
Mm-hmm.
Keith,
Yeah,
Keith and Jeremy said pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, pineapple. That's
Like
fair.
a slice of grilled pineapple.
Mm.
Is what I got out of it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm not a huge pineapple fan. I actually detest the stuff. So that's not good. I'll keep sipping this and let it soak in for a while. Let it wash out the flavor of the Andygator before I give it a proper review.
Right.
Pineapple. What kind of weirdness is that?
Well, that's our beer. We are going to continue on with our Deep South unit next week. I think next week we're going to try to tackle Icon.
I'm not sure we're doing a show next week.
I'm not sure that's going to happen. That would be what I would want to have happen.
Eventually, we will have another show.
Our next beer will be the Icon. When that happens, who knows? Stay tuned.
I will be in Portland at this time next week and as well as Thursday next week. So if I can manage to pull off a show remotely, maybe we'll do one. But
how we could get a special guest? Let's get JJ on the
yeah,
show.
we might.
JJ special. Are you kidding
but
me?
I don't know. I don't know if we can pull this off. I don't know what the plans are for the week, and I'm not going to promise anything at this point.
So are you going on business or pleasure?
Pleasure.
And where are you staying?
With my brother-in-law.
Do you know what part of town he lives in?
Portland.
The
Portland part?
The port is.
Okay.
I'll be able to tell you more a week from today.
It'll be the part where all the hippies are. Oh, wait.
That's Portland.
Yeah, that's pretty much Portland. I used to know about sort of kind of where he lived, as in on the hill, kind of overlooking Portland, but I don't know is that still the case, because he's moved twice since then. So, I don't know. I'll let you know when I get there.
Okay. I'll send you, well, I actually picked up some beer travel stuff and I was going to mail it to you. It's still in my bag, though, so you won't get it before you leave. Sorry.
I could give you his address. You can mail it to him.
Yeah, he probably knows. So, but I did pick up a beer in Portland for the show, and I'll send that to you so you don't happen to pick it up at a Pork Slap. That's nice.
That's what I'm going to now.
All right. So anyway, enough
Pork
Portland.
Slap?
I decided, my last comment on Portland, I decided that I would really like to live in Portland because the food is great. There's so many good places to eat in Portland. It's just astonishing. I mean, the density per capita of amazing food in Portland is just way skewed to the good side compared to everywhere else I've been. But I don't have enough tattoos or piercings to live in Portland, so I can't move there.
Yeah, that's going to be probably my problem too. But you never know. Spend a week there, I might come back with a few.
Yeah. So, I will say that go to get food truck food. Don't necessarily go to restaurants. Get food trucks. Yeah. So they actually have beer food trucks. They have like a whole like empty lot where all these food trucks come in, and then one of them like is actually just beer. It's amazing.
Well, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to go visit
Yeah.
the beer food truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. All right. Do we have topics?
Okay. Yeah, we do.
Sorry.
That's it for our beer this evening, and just talk about Portland. So, if you want to find out more about Portland, go somewhere else. But for now, we're heading into our topic segment, and we like to call this Pint Taken.
I've been really trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you like I feel, come on. Oh, come on.
Why do you always cut it off for the hook?
That's where it ends. I don't touch the button again.
Damn it.
See me move? I didn't do anything.
Well, let me finish it off for the people. Let me finish it off for the people. Let's get it on.
See, that's what you're supposed to do. Is you're supposed to take over seamlessly.
All right, take two.
Yeah.
All right, so following up on a topic we had discussed earlier, several times on the show actually, we've all expressed our fondness for Ready Player One. And we were really excited to find out about a month or two ago that Steven Spielberg is going to be directing the film adaptation of Ready Player One. And then it's slated for a 2017 release. But a rumor just hit the interwebs today that had me at least getting very excited. Steven Spielberg reportedly is trying to woo Gene Wilder. You know, Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder. Young Frankenstein, Gene Wilder, to come out of retirement. He's been out of movies and TV for about 10 years now. To come out of retirement to play the eccentric millionaire Hallowell.
The dead one?
Yeah, it's the
Or
guy
the
who
still alive one?
No, the guy who dies.
Yeah, the dead one. Okay.
Yeah, but he has a very long speech where he outlines the contest.
Oh, yeah.
In Ready Player One. Now, I don't know about you, but when I read this, my heart kind of jumped a little bit because I can think of nobody better to play this part than Gene Wilder. I think he'd be perfect. So I thought I'd throw this out to the boys and see what they thought.
I thought Samuel L. Jackson should play it. He's in everything. He might as well be in this.
No.
Okay.
Anybody else want to throw in there?
I think that's a terrible idea.
Samuel L. Jackson or Gene Wilder?
Gene Wilder. I'm okay with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know.
If he could dial down his goofiness, it might.
Well, that's just it. I mean,
because the guy is the character is eccentric, but he's not an idiot, and Gene Wilder excels at idiot.
Gene Wilder is Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
He's Willy
Bill
Wonka.
Murray.
This is very much a Willy Wonka character.
But I don't want it to be the crazy, over-the-top Willy Wonka character. I want it to be the subdued, brilliant, but eccentric creator of the Oasis.
I think Gene Wilder can play that.
I don't think so at all. I would not buy him as any kind of brilliant coder of any kind. No, he's
Bill
not.
Murray.
He's not nerdy enough. Bill Murray could pull that off. Bill Murray could definitely pull that off.
So I would like you to all to write this down out there in podcast land. It's April 10th, 2015. It's 9/11 Eastern Time.
April
I
10th?
will write this down now. No, August 10th. But I will say right here now, if
So wait, what's the date?
I want you to shut the F up. It's August 10th, 2015, 9/11 Eastern Time. I want you to write this down right now.
9/11?
If Gene Wilder gets this role, he will earn a Best Supporting Actor Oscar nomination.
Oh my
Put it down.
God!
Put it down.
Oh my
Put
God.
it down.
If Gene
Put it
Wilder,
down.
gets this role,
Put it down. Yes.
he's going to sink this movie, and it's going to be a bust like Ender's
Oh my-
Game was.
Okay,
Incorrect.
that is an 8% beer talking right there.
No. This is going to happen. If he gets the
Which
role,
one?
if he gets it,
All of
Oscar
us.
nomination. You watch. You watch.
No way.
You watch.
No way.
What's okay, let's put a, you know what?
We all
let's
had
make
high
this
hopes.
podcast different. Let's make this podcast interesting. Put some bets down. Let's make a bet. Come on, put it down right now.
$20.
$20?
Yeah, against
Okay.
you, absolutely.
This has got to be a two-part bet.
You're
One, that
so
he gets
nuts.
the role, and two, that he gets an Oscar.
Well, okay. So I can't
An
23.
Oscar nomination.
Hollywood being what it is, this is just a rumor that was heard today. So I can't exactly guarantee that he's going to get the role, but I'm saying if he gets the role, he will get an Oscar nomination.
Well, he
So
won't
here's
get the
an
role, so it's a
interesting,
moot point.
Okay, then the bet would be null and void.
So
Uh,
MTV put together a list of the dream team to play all of the characters in Ready Player One. They did not pick.
I'd love to hear that.
I put it in the chat room,
No,
and
no,
I'll put it in
no.
the
We
show
don't
notes
want
as
to
well.
read. You read. You read
Yeah,
to
you read
us.
it to us. Yeah, you tell
So
us.
James Halliday, they pick James Urbaniak
Urbaniak. Yes.
to play
Okay.
the King
do they have
Nerd
photos with these?
Halliday.
Yeah, you would
They
know this
do.
guy if you saw him. He's a very skinny dude with glasses on. He actually does the
He looks the part.
the Adventure Hour
He looks the
podcast
part,
that I love
yep.
a lot. Yeah. But too young.
Makeup.
Okay. I will let
Yeah,
you look and
easy-
note that
easy
this
to age.
article came out before Gene Wilder was even rumored for this. But who else do you have? What do you got?
For Wade, who is
Yep.
the hero.
Hmm?
Who is this guy? They picked Nicholas Holt.
No. No way. Too good looking. The whole point.
I
the whole
agree.
point of
It
Ready
needs to
Player
be.
One
It needs
is-
to be somebody who's
Yeah.
totally.
Well, but again, it's easy to take him down in makeup.
It's
Wait,
gotta be
wait.
it's almost gotta be like a Hurley type from Lost.
Yeah.
Way too good.
Supposed to be not a good looking
A young-
dude,
a young
overweight. Yes, cannot be a smoking hot.
Yeah, I
Actor.
agree with that.
However, for
I'll buy
Artemis,
that.
they have picked Gina Rodriguez.
Who?
Gina Rodriguez, Jane the Virgin star.
Hmm.
And
No, too good
this-
looking.
No,
Mhm.
but she was. She in the
Oh, you
story
mean
wasn't
Artemis
she-
in the Oasis?
Artemis
Mm.
in
Oh, okay, I
yeah,
gotcha.
she was like hot geek
Okay.
girl, right?
Except
Yeah,
except that's not how she's described, but that doesn't really matter.
I think she's a good.
No,
She's a good pick.
I would agree with that. And again, it's easy to add things like pimples. It's even easy to add weight. In fact,
Yeah.
I was just reading a big article on how they're adding age
Oh.
and taking age off of people now.
Really hard
Yeah.
So
take
it's
it off.
really not as hard as you'd think anymore to make those
Oh,
kinds
man.
of changes, as long as the actor can portray the image you want as far as voice acting and
Yeah.
mannerisms. Then the rest is cosmetic and can be built.
I
so to
think they pretty much nailed Sorrento in this article.
Who do they got?
Chris Pine.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, if you see the photo of him, he's got a full beard. He's got some gray in the beard.
I
Yeah.
don't like any of those.
Yeah, I mean, I think
he was the corporate bad guy, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Rob, you didn't like Firefly until 10 years it was off the air, and this book came to you about 5 years after it was released too. So
You
I
gotta
don't know if we
throw
can trust your.
it- throw that at my face.
I think we gotta. I think it's
Oh,
important. for
I
listeners
think
to know
I think you got it.
where you're letting us down as our movie and TV reviewer.
That's wrong.
So if we
Go
can do the Firefly tangent now, I've been rewatching Firefly with my youngest daughter, who's 13, and we're
so good.
on like episode, I think like 11 or 12 right now, and I've been pacing it because it's on Netflix, so you could just like watch it all on the weekend, right? I've been making her pace it, and she's like, when we first started this, after like the third episode, she's like, "Oh, well, how many seasons are there?" I'm like, 1. And she was shocked. She's
She
like,
broke into tears.
yeah, she was
Cried herself to sleep that night.
Yeah, she did. So
Then you get to
that's-
see the awesomeness that is Serenity, the movie.
Yeah, which is not on
Delicious.
Netflix, by the way.
Speaking of Firefly, I think a great Sorrento would actually be Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, I could see that.
He would be a great Sorrento.
So,
All right, who they have for the other parts?
Let's see. Do you have that up, Gary? Here it is.
I do. So Ogden Morrow is Jeff Bridges, which the dude abides, so that could work.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
then
can
the
see
last
that.
two are Dato and Shoto, the brothers.
Yeah.
Or brothers. Ki Hong Lee, sorry.
Yes.
The older of the two. He was apparently in The
Heroes.
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
The Big Hero 6 voice star Ryan Potter
Mm-hmm.
is the little brother. And Big Hero 6 was a great movie. I would recommend that. So, yeah.
What
That's a
about
good
for
find, Jeremy.
what about for Wade's main buddy?
H?
Yeah. Did I miss that one?
Sorry. H.
Who do they have? They have
Dylan O'Brien. And actually, the guy. I mean, if we'll put the link in the show notes, but if you see his picture and stuff, he's the believable photo of what I would imagine someone like that to look like. So, yeah, H is good.
Interesting.
But Wade, yeah, their pick for Wade is just so far off.
I mean, unless you're talking about his character in the Oasis, then I can see Nicholas Hoult doing that. But for Wade himself, no.
Well,
most of it's going to be the character in the Oasis.
Yeah. Then I think Nicholas Hoult would be a fine choice. He'd be fine. Totally cool.
Well, he's like way too old. I mean,
that's the thing, though. I mean, you make him the character for in the Oasis, and then when he's out of the Oasis, you add all the flaws. But it's the same basic body.
Yeah, I
type.
mean, you know what? You got a
So-
point there, Gary, because he's supposed to be in the Oasis. He's supposed to be a kid in school.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, he's like what, like a sophomore in high school or something like that?
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You're right. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
But a significant portion of the story does take place outside of the Oasis.
Yeah, he's not going to pull it off because Wade. I mean, he could pull off Wade at the end, possibly, but there's no way he pulls off Wade at the beginning.
You know who could be good for it? Who's getting to be just about the right age? Would be the youngest kid on Modern Family.
Actually,
he's almost a sophomore in high school right now.
He might be
He's got the kind of the chubby cheek kid, and you could easily kind of, ugly him up a little bit. I think, and he's actually, I think, a really pretty good actor.
He's pretty funny. Yeah.
He would be really good at that.
That actually is a good call, Rob. Damn it.
So who was that? What's his name?
I don't remember his name.
It's a popular TV show, Jeremy. You've never seen it.
Luke. Just Google Luke Modern Family.
TV show.
What is this TV you speak of?
Actually, Rob, I
name.
really like that.
Oh yeah, Nolan Gould.
Nolan Gould, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, the guy is
that's a good
actually,
call.
as dumb a character as he plays in that show, he's actually a genius.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? That's
high
a
IQ.
That's a much better look than the guy MTV picked.
And he's kind of got. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a thin, kind of actually muscular little kid right now, but he's got that kind of goofy looking face, and I think he could really. He's got very good comic.
But still got that enough adorable pieces to him. you know?
And he's got great comic timing.
So I gotta say, Stephen, buddy, when you listen to this podcast, give one of us a call. You have got all our numbers. We'll help you with the casting.
Steve, I think he wants to be called Steve, actually.
Steve, yeah.
Steve.
So,
yeah.
And Modern Family is right now probably my favorite broadcast network television.
I will be mentioning Modern Family later in the podcast, actually.
That is a great show.
Yeah. So anyway, my high hopes for Gene Wilder, I think it'd be perfect, much less to the other one of the other three. But I will go on record again saying that if he gets the role, he will get an Oscar nomination. Mark it down.
So if he gets the role and doesn't get an Oscar nomination, you're going to pay me $20.
I do. I will pay you $20. Shaking on the air. All
Virtual
right.
shake.
Moving on to our next topic. Can you feel the chill in the air? The brrr, someone walking up to you at work saying, "It's cold in here."
You mean the
No,
comfortable, proper temperature of the office?
Yeah. I actually, among my many duties as an executive assistant and lots of other things, one of the things I also do is have to interact with the building management on things like problems with, say, temperature. And I cannot tell you, I'll probably say 2 or 3 times a day I will get emails or people dropping by my desk saying, "It's too cold in here. It's too warm in here. It's too cold in here." It's literally, and I mean this, literally a ping pong match. Between cold and warmth, cold and warmth, cold and warmth. Well, apparently there are 2 male scientists published
Of course, they're
this
male.
past Monday in Nature Climate Change
What a bunch of assholes.
that there is a science to why women tend to be colder at work. And that is because they are smaller. They tend to have a greater percentage of body fat, but less muscle mass, so they have lower metabolic rates. But the article, of course, is being spun out that this is the new gender war. That the reason it's so cold in the offices is because it's a male-dominated workplace, and men are keeping it colder because men prefer a temperature of about 72 degrees, which, I don't know, I guess for the last 100 years or so, has been classified as room temperature. But now it's being put out as a gender war. And with such an equal amount of women being in the workplace now, we really should strive to put the temperature closer to where they want it to be, which is around 76 degrees. So, gentlemen, is there a new gender war, or an ages-old gender war, really, brewing with the air temperature in your office?
So, would you like men to start taking their clothes off, or women to put some clothes on?
Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you.
Okay, next topic.
No, come on!
No, I think we already nailed it. I think we're done. There's nothing that can top that.
Yeah, I mean, I would
If you're too cold, put something on. Put a coat on. Wear tights. Wear some pants. Put more clothes
So
on.
here's the thing.
It's pretty simple.
I love the ladies that are in my workplace. They're wonderful people for the most part, great. But in Houston these days, and I work in downtown Houston, we've had it almost for 2 weeks straight now. Temperatures over 100 degrees. So this is the dog days of summer, literally. So when the dog days of summer hit, of course, the ladies in this area, some of them, not all of them, but many of them, choose to wear less than, say, December's worth of clothes. They come in skirts, with stockings or without stockings, in sandals, some of them, with tank tops with no sleeves on them. Meanwhile, the gentlemen are in khakis, long sleeve shirts or polos, and socks and shoes. Workplace attire. So the ladies are coming in, strolling in out of this 100-degree heat, and they're wondering why it's so cold in here. Let me think. You're really not wearing much more than a swimsuit at the pool. Perhaps that's your problem.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a girl, but I'm always cold at work. I don't know if it's where I sit, but like in the afternoon, I bring a jacket to work every day.
There you go.
It's August.
And you
so.
solve the problem.
Wait, so if you're cold, you can warm yourself up?
I can. I can put
That
on a
is
jacket.
amazing.
No
How did
way.
you find that technology?
Wait, you
Or
didn't
perhaps,
complain to the building manager about it being too cold?
or
No.
or
I just
perhaps-
bring a lightweight jacket and just slip it on when I get cold.
Or perhaps we could invent a hot beverage or two that people could drink at work that would warm them up, that we make
Whiskey.
available for free. By the
Whiskey.
way.
That'll warm me up.
Yes. Yes, I think whiskey in the office, right next to the coffee machine, would be perfect.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because that's what we need: is scantily dressed office attire women with whiskey.
You
But
know,
the two male scientists also noted in their study
scantily dressed office woman.
They noted in their study that there are economic benefits for changing the formula of how room temperature is calculated. An accurate representation of thermal demand of all occupants leads to actual energy consumption predictions and real energy savings of buildings.
Blah, blah, blah.
so
Well, here's the thing. I don't want it 72. I want it 68.
Yeah,
Yes.
I actually want it colder.
I want it 68, and because that's where I keep it in the winter with the heat on, is at 68.
So, Keith, what you're saying is between 68 and 77, there's a 72, which would be a compromise.
Well, maybe
Oh.
if you agree with the naked people.
Or we should just all start going to work naked.
So-
All right, look, that's it.
No.
I
coming off.
work in a predominantly male environment. Oh, damn.
What just happened? Oh
We
my
just
God! No, that did not. No! No!
This is definitely
No!
an 18 and over podcast.
No! For those listening, Keith has just removed his shirt. No! No!
If you're an audio-only listener, you should be very, very grateful now.
No!
Go to YouTube and watch this video.
No! Oh, God damn it!
Yeah! My brother.
Ah!
My brother from another mother.
Ah! Oh, that feels great.
Wow, that
feel so
8%
much
really
better.
kicked you.
Kick it up a notch.
Ooh,
Feels good. Feels
I'm
good.
done.
Little
I'm done.
peer pressure. Mhm.
Yeah, it feels great.
No,
saying nothing.
No.
Get you some of this. Okay.
You
All right,
guys,
I think
you want to keep the beer down, okay?
That's
Yeah.
probably good enough for our topic segments because right now it's not even close to being nipply in here. It's getting heating up. We've got our picks coming up right now. It's our half pint segment coming at you. That's right.
Oh, man. It almost came
My
back
nipples
up
are
with
out,
that
and this
nipple
is my
comment.
B.A. Baracus, and this is my face man right here.
Oh.
You're not putting that on, are you?
What?
On what?
I mean, just take a look at Keith's shoulders. You can see why we call him Wolfman, actually.
Hey, I'm not the one who pays for body waxing.
I do not do that.
So, do you guys want to hear what I thought about this wrought iron IPA?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What you got?
Anytime.
Wrought iron.
I would give it an 8. It's a solid IPA, but you know what? I threw in some of the habanero brew salts that I had left over.
Oh, but you don't need to mess with it. It's so good.
Just at the very end. Just at the very end.
No.
And that actually it kicked it up a notch with that kind of like really citrusy with the habanero is a good flavor. So it's an 8. It's a solid 8. It's good. But I'm spoiled, man. I'm telling you. I went to Oregon and had these amazing IPAs that they're brewing up there, and it ruined me. It just totally ruined me.
Listen, I can always tell. Old Gary has just drank an 8% ABV beer, followed by about a 7%. So he's feeling good right now. He's feeling good. Feeling good. All right, let's go to those. Let's go to that half pint. Jeremy spoke last week about the New York Times, and he kind of teased last week that he had another pick regarding the old gray lady or whatever she's called. He wants to talk about the Times Machine. What you got, Jeremy?
So, following up on last week's discussion of New York Times paywall and how could they possibly make that work, the Times Machine is maybe the best reason to subscribe to the New York Times. The Times Machine is a digitized version of 129 years of the New York Times from the very first issue through 1980. And
Wow.
it's a lot more than just it's more than just scan. They scanned everything. But they also did a lot of work to logically break up where these articles are and make them searchable and add metadata, so you can find an amazing amount of information. They even have the advertisements and the photos, the whole New York Times, the whole thing. If you go to timesmachine.nytimes.com, you can see a sample of what these things look like. It's really cool, and the amount of work they've done to pull this stuff out and to make it accessible and searchable is really impressive.
That's awesome. As you can tell, Keith and I are starting to feel self-conscious.
I'm not self-conscious.
Being cold in his face. That's very cool. So did you go back and research some old headlines?
I haven't done a lot of it because I'm not a subscriber yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I know the guy that was in charge of the project making this thing work due to some business stuff. And he's done some presentations on the amount of data you can mine from this. That is, it's just incredible. It's so much information, so much history available.
It's funny you say that because I'm kind of weird about this. I love looking back through old newspapers online or in person just to kind of get a sense of where people's minds were and what their what the societal norms were and what was happening in their day. For whatever reason, it really fascinates me, even down to reading the ads that they have. How much.
I think the
ads.
The advertising is possibly the most interesting part of this.
Oh yeah.
Here's one, Tuesday, August 10th, 1976.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
You can get the Teletender, an advanced 2 external tape cassette system for answering your phone, $149.
There you go.
$149 in 1979?
In 76.
Oh my God, that's like $1,000.
That's $600-800 now.
Yeah, it's really, really fun to look through this stuff.
Or a camel hair sports coat for $100. Originally $150.
I'll still pass on that even today.
That is fascinating. Wow. Huh. Okay, so that's very cool. All right.
That is awesome.
Take a look at that.
Definitely look at it.
All right, Gary, what do you got for your pick this evening?
I'm going the Keith route and not put my pick in the notes.
You're picking Hearthstone?
No, my pick is actually going to be Apple Music. The much maligned on the interwebs.
Maligned.
It is, but
Apple
I like
Music.
it too. I think it's very good.
I signed up for the 3-month trial, and I have my reminder to cancel if I don't like it. But
can you tell us what the program is first before you?
I wish I could.
Okay.
So you subscribe $10 a month individual, $15 a month for a family plan. If you're doing the Apple Family Share stuff, if you can make that work, which I haven't been able to.
Mm-hmm.
It's $15 a month for I think 5 people, five or 6 different people can sign up. So Apple Music is basically the Apple revamp of Beats, which they purchased a year ago, maybe more. So the Beats company, and they had a music subscription service, and Apple has revised it and updated it. There's been some issues and problems, but I signed up for the trial, and I've been using it for probably about a month now. And it's been pretty cool. I've been enjoying it. There's a lot of music there. I've found some new artists and new things that I have been enjoying. The Beats One radio thing that they have, not a huge fan of. It's mostly like hip hop and really poppy junk that I would never listen to.
There are moments of brilliance, though, on that Beats One stuff that I will say. It's hard to listen through some of the stuff you're not into to get there, but boy,
yeah.
If you just kind of leave it on as background music, as I've done a few times, it's amazing to see what comes up as a music discovery service. I've started liking bands I'd never even heard of because I heard them on Beats One. So
I've been listening to their other radio stations, some of the like the alternative and the indie and stuff like that. My overall impression is that it's really weighted more toward the poppy hip hop kind of music, but there's some great older stuff in there. Like I was listening to like an '80s alternative thing that was like a bunch of old kind of Joy Division related music. It was kind of great to step back in time for stuff that I listened to, in my teenage years that I probably had on, a cassette that was a third or fourth generation copied from somebody else, right? And so they have a really good back catalog of music that's really cool. And if you can find a radio station based on an artist or song that works for you, it's really cool. I really like the Black Keys. I think they're a great band. And I started a station based on one of their songs, and it just served up some really, really good music that I just listened to for like an entire afternoon, bands I'd never heard of or would have ever been exposed to. So I think they're getting parts of it right. Some of the parts of it they're not. They got some kinks to work out, but I think that over time they will figure it out. And being a family of 5 with the family share plan going up to 6 people, it's a pretty good deal at $15 a month for the amount of music listening that my family does. So Apple Music is my pick. It's not a perfect service at this point, but I've been impressed with what I've been listening to and what I've been exposed to over the last month or so that I've been using it.
And that's commercial free, right? If you subscribe.
Yeah. There's no commercials. If you sign up for the.
How does that compare to Pandora?
Well, I never paid for Pandora, so I always got commercials.
But just the content and the mix of music.
I actually kind of like it better than Pandora. What I like about the Apple Music service is that you can download stuff and have it on your phone. So when I went to Oregon, I downloaded a bunch of stuff before I left, so that I could listen offline. Because I didn't want to stream it over my data plan with AT&T, because we're always pushing that limit with teenagers in the house. So you're able to save a bunch of stuff to your phone that you don't necessarily have to buy. You're sort of like renting the music. And that aspect of it is pretty cool. That's kind of like Spotify does the same thing. So Pandora doesn't have a service like that, so that Apple Music definitely one-ups Pandora from that respect.
I'm a heavy user of Pandora, and I would say that Pandora is really good. Although depending on how you define your stations, you're going to make sure you have more than one station. Because if you have just one station that's really tightly defined, it's going to get repetitive real quick. And what I like about Apple service, including the Beats One radio, is it exposes you to a lot of different stuff. A little better than Pandora does. Pandora doesn't really have a version that will surface new music for you.
Well, I will also say
Pandora on my Sonos is one of my favorite things ever, though.
I will also say for Pandora, at least from my experience, I haven't done the Apple Music yet. I don't know if I will, but the more you can rate music, give thumbs up or thumbs down, the better it is for you in the long run.
Right. Well, the better it is, but also the more tightly it reigns in that station.
Yes,
that's what I've
absolutely.
seen.
So, and that is what creates, if you do that a lot, like I do on my stations, because I don't want to hear certain things, eventually you get a station that's very repetitive. It's good. It's all stuff you like, but it's going to, especially if you listen to it for lots of hours or repeatedly over days, it would be, it's very repetitive.
The other thing that's
kind of neat
cool,
to see some new stuff.
The other thing about Apple Music that's kind of cool is that they kind of sucked in my music library in terms of what I've been listening to and what I have. They didn't replace the music library on my computer, so I can always cancel it and go back to what I had before. But they have a For You section of the Apple Music app, and the recommendations that are in the For Me section, based on what's in my library and what I've been listening to, have been pretty spot on. I mean, there's some crap in there that my kids bought, when they were in grade school and stuff that it pulls that in. But for the most part, they're pulling out some pretty good picks of music that I would actually just sit down and listen to, as opposed to as a background music. they're doing a good job with that section, so they're doing that.
Supposedly, Beats One and Apple Music's going to show up on Sonos shortly. I don't know if it'll show up in time for the 30 or the 90-day trial to end for me because I've already canceled it.
End of the year.
But I would be interested in trying it again at that point because, like I said, I listen to a lot of, and my wife listens to a lot of Pandora on our Sonos now that we have it, and it's just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonos is end of the year. So.
Oh, cool. All right, Keith, what you got tonight?
I've got one of the most stupid and wonderful apps I've ever used. It's called Rain on Me, and it's a weather app. And right now, it's free. So I apologize for anybody who's going to hear this. Most of our listeners hear us recorded, and you've already missed out. But for those of you who might be listening live, and I don't think there's any of you right now. And for those of you who might hear us before midnight tonight, you might want to pick this up. Rain on Me is normally, I think, $2.99, and it's free right now today. And it's by the same people who do Dark Sky, which is an amazing weather app. So when I saw it go free, I thought, well, what the hell, I'll try that. And what it does is it gives you hyper local weather reports based on where your phone is right now, as far as how close the rain is to you. So, like, as soon as you sign up, you download the app and you sign up for the service, you give them your phone number, and you sign in with your phone number, and they confirm your phone number, and then all of a sudden, the app is on your phone, all it is a bunch of settings. And I was like, huh? There's got to be more to this app. I'm missing something. But no, thankfully there were rolling thunderstorms today, and what it does is it texts you moments before it's about to rain with the text saying something like, it's going to rain in 10 minutes. There will be light rain in 5 minutes. And you get these texts throughout the day. So if if you can get out to your car to close your windows, you have time to do that. If you need to bring something in because you're eating outside, you have time to do that. It's really kind of interesting and surprisingly useful. So wherever you are, you just get these little text messages that say, hey, it's going to be heavy rain in 20 minutes from where you are.
So what's the trick to finding this app?
What is the trick to it?
It's called Rain on Me?
Rain on Me. I think it's all one word.
Yeah, I found it. No, it's separate words.
Is it separate words?
Yes, Rain. You'll see it.
It'll
come up as RAIN. Rain on Me Productions LLC is what it'll show up on your search.
It should be, and when you get it, this is the entire app on the phone. That's it. It's just a bunch of checkboxes as to what information you want them to send you.
I'm getting some like jam hype thing.
Oh, that's what I got too.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
Yeah. So that app would be useful everywhere except for California because it doesn't rain.
It doesn't ever rain. Yeah. See, you're probably not going to like it. What it also does is it will send you a weather report every morning for what the day will be. Again, text messaging, and on Sunday it'll send you a weather report for the week. So this just automatically, basically, the app communicates. It uses your phone's geolocation to text you very, very relevant information to where you are right now.
You'll need that in Portland, by the way.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. That's one of the reasons I downloaded it. But Dark Sky, Rain on Me.
It is one word, Rain on Me.
Rain on Me. And you can set it to tell you for a specific location, or you can have it use your geolocation, which obviously I think is better.
Yeah, what's the privacy on that? Because you are giving away your phone number.
Everybody has your phone number anyway.
I know. Your phone number is in the phone book.
Privacy is
talking about on my cell phone.
Privacy is an illusion.
Nobody uses landlines anymore, Rob.
I do.
Thank you. I do too.
For only $149, you can get the double cassette answering machine.
Yeah.
In 1976.
For your landline. There's no privacy issues. If you don't like it, you stop the service.
You got it.
I
Sounds good.
I don't think they're going to sell your phone number to someone else to text you ads or anything.
Okay. I like the idea, though. It's very cool, Keith.
I think you should try it, Rob.
I'm downloading as we speak.
And then maybe the next time someone comes up to you and tells you they're too cold, you could let them know that it's going to rain in 20 minutes.
It's about to rain, yeah. Or I can say, don't worry, it's not going to rain. So the heat's here to stay.
Yeah. You can leave your clothes off.
Yeah. Okay, my pick for the evening is a sitcom on the USA Network. My wife has been trying to get me to watch this show for a while now, so yesterday we did a little binge watching of television. We caught up on some Blacklist, and so she said, hey, how about giving this a try? And the sitcom is called Playing House. And Playing House is a female-centered sitcom. Now, before you ask me to turn in my man card,
Too late.
it is. Thank you. It's very much in style with the humor that Modern Family or my new favorite sitcom of the year, Blackish, has. Very kind of smart, funny, quick style humor. It's a story of two best friends. One is off doing the corporate thing in China, while the other is home, and she gets knocked up and is in the middle of a divorce, and her friend comes back to help her through the pregnancy. But it's a very, very funny show. Keegan-Michael Key is on it, who you would know from Key and Peele. He's very funny in it. Some other folks that you'll recognize. It's just a really, really funny show. And like I said, it's very much in the Modern Family style. It's not documentary style like where they talk to the camera, but it's very much in that sense of humor vein. So definitely would give it a try. You can watch it for free if you have things like DirecTV or cable where you have on demand. They have the first season is all on there, and they just started the second season. So I've been going through it. Very, very good.
All right.
Very good show to watch with your significant other, I will also say.
Now, is that available on demand or just on?
I mean, I guess you probably could watch it on Hulu. It's probably there because that's an NBC. USA is an NBC company. So, but if you have cable or have satellite and you have the USA Network, you can watch it on demand there for free.
Okay.
So yeah, give it a try. All right, so that is going to probably wrap it up for episode 22 of Season 2 of the Point of No Return show. Gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to impart us with?
I think that shirts are good.
Shirts on some are good? And
I'm surprised you didn't change your pick to that.
For some, it should be mandatory. Gary's pick should just be shirts.
Shirts. Picks.
Shirts. Any shirt. Magnum PI, Hawaiian shirt. That's good.
Shirts for men.
So there is a possibility we will have a show next week or the week after. There is a possibility that we won't. But either way, the next show we have will be Icon.
Well, if I'm in Portland, I'm not bringing the Icon beer with me. So,
I mean, everything I've just said may or may not be true. Our next show is Keith in New York.
Y'all can drink Icon, but I might be drinking something else. So,
anyway, so our next show with Keith back in New York will be Icon. We'll see what happens this week with Keith. I'm assuming more than likely we'll be taking a bit of a hiatus, at least 1 week. Well, he has fun with JJ, but it would be great to have JJ as a guest on the show. JJ is an experience unto himself. Sure. Okay, so for all of us here at the Pie No Return show, as we always say when we're closing out, drink more beer.
I'd rather have lager than wine. I'll take a strong stout over stride. I prefer to confer with a half pint of ale and live a long life till my private thoughts fail. For life without liquor is to no avail. So bring me lager for time. I'd rather have lager than wine.
Now what you didn't see is that I actually went pantsless for that segment too.
I'm sick.